Can y'all hear us?
Thumbs up.
Can you hear us? Oh my gosh. What's wrong with these computers? Tell you what.
Yes, we can hear you now.
You can hear us now? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry. Our tech person is not with us tonight, so
That's
she left us to our own device tonight. So we're gonna go ahead and get back on track like we were talking about.
We ain't sweeping that under the rug.
Sweeping things under the rug, marriage, silent killers. What's wrong with you? Nothing. Am I right?
I'm good.
So that's what we're talking about tonight. So I want to go ahead and start because I have one. One thing that you do that just it irks me to the highest is that Stan, what's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with me. But the whole time, being married to you for like 26 years, I know when something is wrong with you, right?
Right.
So, but you're so quick to say, there's nothing wrong with me. Why is that?
Glad you asked.
I'm glad I asked too.
A lot of times it's easier to just let it go than to bring it up, and I feel like you're gonna downplay it.
Oh.
And then that's gonna start an argument. And a lot of things we mess up when I'm a big fan of this. Choose your battles.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I choose not to bring it up, to keep from starting an argument.
But if it's bothering you to the point that you're shutting down,
True.
Why not bring up?
And
Pretty
right.
much what you just said. You just said, I don't bring it up because I feel like you're gonna downplay it. You're gonna play it down. It's not gonna be a big thing. So you're deciding for me. where you could just come into the conversation with, hey, I have an issue. And I feel you could even say that I have an issue, but I feel like you're going to downplay it. And if you downplay it, it may make me feel some kind of way. So that's sort of like letting me know, okay, Crystal, don't downplay
But
because it's an issue for him.
what's not fair,
Mm-hmm.
also,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going off past history. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And I know that's not fair.
not fair.
And
at
we
all.
do that a lot.
That's not fair at all.
I mean, and I said I'm good, but actually I'm
Not good.
not.
And you keep us in a weird place when you do
You're
that. You keep us in a weird place because you know me, let's get it off. Let's talk about it, get it off, and just keep moving on. But you tend to want to dwell. You don't? You don't think so?
Go ahead and finish.
You don't think that when you're in, like if I don't did something and you like, oh, that bothered me, and you say I'm all right, there's nothing wrong with me. But then when you hit, yeah, this is what really makes me mad. Stand or say for 2 or 3 days, ain't nothing wrong with me. On the 4th day, you know what's been wrong with me? And what do? I don't want to hear it. It's
Is that right?
but I've asked you for 2 or 3 days.
You didn't answer my question.
No, probably not the right response to give, but still, if I asked you 2 to 3 days, and then on the 4th day, you know what's been wrong with me? That just boils my blood. Like,
Because here's the thing: if I bring it up at the time you ask me,
mm-hmm.
and I feel like you trying to downplay it or justify it, then I'm gonna get mad. But when I do choose to hear you that, I'm at a place where I can.
Well, why not why not take away there's nothing wrong with me until, yeah, there's something bothering me, but give me a couple days and let me work through it so it doesn't come out in an argument. Don't you think that's better?
That's better.
That's better. See, y'all, this is not for y'all. This is for us too, because we working through our stuff on live with y'all, because this is a real marriage. So going forth, can we just not say there's nothing wrong with me? Can we take that off the table when there's something wrong?
Sure, we can.
And just say, hey, give me a couple days to process it, because then you won't hear me say on day 4, I don't want to hear about it, because you should have said something. Right? Okay. All right. You got something? Marriage killers, sweeping things under the rug. What you got?
One of the things that I have is be willing to listen before you try to solve it.
Oh, I have a big problem with that.
Yeah.
I'm a fixer.
And
We got any fixers out there? Hey, Caitlin. Hey, Jackie.
you have to be able to listen. And I encourage everybody to prepare before you take it to your spouse. And what I mean by prepare is pray about it, take it to God,
Mm-hmm.
and ask God to give you that calmness, and for Him to open your heart and mind as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of times I went to God and asked him this, and before I can say one word, I'm going off.
You going off on who, God?
You?
Oh, why? Because the atmosphere wasn't set when you came to me.
Well, when I asked God to prepare me for it, I already had in my head what I wanted to do anyway.
Oh, so you just overrode God. That's what you. Oh, so that was never gonna work then.
No, it wasn't.
But does that did that make you feel good
at
though?
that time, I didn't realize that.
So when it happens and it doesn't work right, and we go into one of those moments, do you go back and look at, dang, I should have just listened to God?
One day I said, God, what happened? But
what happened? You happened.
Yeah, I mean, but it was all me though. But when I say prepare for it, though, you have to prepare yourself to not react off of you if I don't like your response when I bring it to you. And let's be honest, that has to do with a lot of why we won't sweep it under the rug, is because when one bring it up, another one responds.
So you saying, so if I'm not giving you the response that you want, but it's my response now.
Your response.
But if I'm not giving you the response that you want, then in the future, when that issue comes up again, there you go, sweeping it under the rug, because it's not gonna. You think it's gonna pan out the same way, and what's the use in doing it?
What's the use?
Well, you can't have that. What's the use, though? You can't.
You asked.
I know, I did ask. You can't have that. Hey, KJ, you can't have that. What's the use?
Now, y'all tell me what you think. Okay. Now, Chris and I have been married for 26 years.
Yeah.
And it's not that way now, but in the past, we had a lot of the days where when something is bothering you, we just don't bring it up. Now, I actually go to Chris and I say, look, I need to let you know this is what's bothering me. And that's how I stop it from the way I come to you and say, look, this is what's bothering me.
Okay.
And I need to share this with you.
Yeah.
It's true. That way, I don't sweep it under the rug. I try not to sweep stuff under the rug anymore because that caused a lot of problems.
Okay, we want y'all input. Why do y'all think in marriages we sweeping stuff up under the rug, and how can we stop sweeping stuff up under the rug? How? Because this is a safe place, right? In this marriage, is a safe place, so there should be no sweeping. Now, don't get me wrong. Everything that bothers us, like the little minute stuff, like your socks being left in the floor. I have a problem with that, not you. So I just pick the socks up and put them.
I still do that.
Or the dirty clothes basket right there with the clothes right beside the dirty clothes basket.
Why you letting them all in our bed?
Every time I go in there and it's right there, and I say, you know what? All I do is just pick it up and put it in there because maybe your aim wasn't right or something like that. Shay said, I pray first before taking anything to tomorrow. Lisa said we're trying to avoid it, but why are we trying to avoid it, Lisa? Because avoiding it is going to eventually become a problem.
It is, but like I want to see again.
Yeah.
And I'm only speaking for myself.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, the reason I was avoiding it because I felt like I already know the response.
So you
was
answering for me.
Because I'm going off past
Can't go off
history.
the past.
Well, I'm just
The past in the past. Look, I'm changing every day. Every day. Today I might wake up
yes, Lord.
liking this, and tomorrow I might wake up not liking this. So.
I'm not saying I'm like that now.
Okay.
That's how I saw it then. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how it's going to fake you. I'm going to bring it up.
Because don't it make you feel better when you bring it up?
Yes, it does. But in the past, I hadn't always thought like that. You know? And it caused a lot of drama.
So let me ask you a question. In the past, the reason why you would sweep it up, you said because of my response. Was my response like criticism?
No, your response was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, so I was just like, you.
And
that's
then that don't do nothing but
make you mad because I was like, that's you. I
that's
don't know.
your truth. I couldn't stand that. You holler. That is your truth.
But it really is your truth.
I said, you know what? Okay.
You don't think it's your truth though?
I think that was your way of avoiding the conversation.
But I feel like in those circumstances, it's like you
tell me what y'all think.
You was like trying to make me agree with whatever your whatever you was upset about or you was concerned about.
Every time.
But if I didn't agree.
See, thank you. Okay.
I believe there are some learned. Carla said, "I believe there are some learned behaviors. We do what we saw growing up. Yeah. We do." Lisa said, "We don't talk about it because sometimes we feel judged by the other." Oh my God, that's good. I think Stan used to feel judged by me.
Ooh, yes.
Do you agree?
Oh yes.
I could feel that you thought, Stan, you actually used to think that I thought I was better than you. And for the life of me, I really don't know where you got that from. Like, why would I think you're better than me?
Well, I wouldn't go far as saying better, but I just felt like you tried to downplay everything. But then when you came to me,
Mm-hmm.
it was totally different. You expect me to listen to you and actually do something about it.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, because.
But again, from my standpoint, I just always thought you want me to agree with what you're saying, and I don't have to agree.
No, I didn't. I wanted you to acknowledge.
Okay, so that's what you was looking for.
Yeah,
acknowledging.
Yeah.
So by me saying that's your truth, I wasn't acknowledging. No. Okay, I get that. Yeah. I got it. Pooh said, pick your battles for me. That's true.
See,
pick your battles.
I used to say that.
So you don't agree now?
I think if it's bothering you,
it should
be discussed because it's gonna. If you don't discuss it, you're gonna tuck it away, and it's still there. And
it'll come out during a heated argument.
Yeah.
And then you just catch the other person like.
What I do now, and I don't know how Crystal feel about this, but this what helps me. If I got a problem with Crystal, now I'll go there and say, look, I need to let you know this because I'm beginning to feel a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
This is the problem I got. And I'll set her down, I'll tell her what it is. And we will discuss it.
True.
And we're able to discuss it because I hadn't got to that point to where I've been holding it.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm avoiding that.
Are you avoiding getting to the point where I'm sweeping it under the rug?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm avoiding that. You know how I come to you and say, look, I got to tell you this because I'm beginning to feel a certain way.
Yeah. You've gotten a whole lot better.
And then I'll let it out
with that.
And we'll talk about it. You acknowledging it now.
So I've gotten better over the years with acknowledging. Y'all hear that? I acknowledge now. I didn't used to. Vicky said I used to shut down because I felt that I would not be heard.
Yes.
Again,
Vicky.
Acknowledging.
Yes.
Acknowledging. Now, Carla said change is not easy for everyone and will not happen overnight. No,
it won't.
No, it took a minute for us to get to where we don't sweep things under the rug. We still dealing with the what's wrong with you? Nothing. Yeah. We still deal with that. That's one of my pet peeves, but we getting there. Yeah. We getting there. We're gonna get better with that.
But it's very important to know that we listen to both sides.
Oh, look what Pooh said. When Pooh said pick your battles, for me, he said, until you have a solution.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Okay. I like what you just said, a solution, because here's where me and Stan differ as well. Why you gotta roll your eyes though, Mace?
Per Crystal.
I am solution focused.
Per Crystal.
And Mace wanna just spend forever on the problem. You don't think so? Oh, okay. I'm solution focused and you are not so solution focused. You're gonna eventually get to to solution focused.
Here's the thing right here. Once I tell you what's going on with me, don't be trying to set me down and say, let's come up with a solution. I told you what's going on when I'm done with it.
Okay, so all right. I'm about to give them another example. Look, we don't mind airing our stuff out.
Hold on.
we know how to work through it. So if y'all don't know, we are in the process of trying to find either a house or some land, and it can get frustrating on some days. And I think where I get frustrated with you is that every time I'm like, look, we got this. And you immediately go to, why is the world so greedy? Yada, yada, yada. I can't believe that it costs this much. The world is so greedy. And I'm just like, that's not going to help us figure out what move we're going to make. So you'll spend like all this time. The world is so greedy. God didn't intend for it to be. We know the world is greedy. Oh, am I hitting the button? I think I just hit the button.
No, you didn't. No,
so that's what I mean when I say you are problem focused and I'm solution focused, because I'm just like, Maze, what are we gonna do? The world is greedy. I can't believe. Why is it so high? Why are they doing people like this?
Ain't nothing we can do about that. But I can complain about it.
But can we? This is our fourth conversation on it, and we still talking about the world is greedy.
It is. I can't stand it.
Well,
greedy, man.
But there's no solution. You still stuck on the world is greedy. No. And this is the fourth time we having this conversation, and I'm trying to figure out which way we're gonna go, but the world is still greedy. Yes. So that's okay, babe. I know the world is greedy, but we still have to come up with a solution to this. How we going to live in this greedy world and make it work for us?
You're right. We do.
So that's what I mean by I am solution focused. You are problem focused. Okay. He don't agree. Pat Arcani said, maybe I'm a little older in the relationship, but I just say what I'm gonna say and I'm done. Life has taught me not to worry about either Pat hear me or not. Pat may not like it for a little while, but not long, because God would help him understand. I have become open to what he say to me.
Thank you, Connie. Connie, you know, you and I, we always out there. Yeah.
Zan said, you learned that talking over your mate doesn't mean that you're the one being heard.
You're right.
That is so true. That is true.
You're right.
definitely. The whole talking. Did we ever have that problem where we talked over? You think we ever had that where we talked over?
I think in our younger
days,
yeah.
Because and I think that's because you so gung ho about I'm right or getting
Who's
my
right and
point
wrong, yeah.
across that
We did in our younger days.
you don't listen. Kind of said exactly, Stan. You know where we are. Okay. All right. So marriage silent killers. What do you think some silent killers are? Other than what we've been talking about so far. What are some other silent killers? Y'all chime in well too. What's something within your own marriage that you noticed that you sweeping up under the rug? You're saying I'm fine, but I'm really not fine. You're saying what else? Anything you're not boundary. Oh, Zan said boundaries.
Yes.
Zan, I think we're gonna do a whole segment. I think the next one might be on boundaries. I was thinking about that the other day.
Everybody should have them.
We should definitely, in a marriage, there should definitely be boundaries. So you're right, Zan, and I think we're gonna have a whole conversation about that probably next month, because I know some married people who do not have boundaries, and it's affecting them because they don't have boundaries.
Yeah.
So we definitely need to talk about boundaries.
I got one. I really think if you're married to a strong-minded person, you can really, if you're not careful, you can really feel like you don't have a say.
In your own marriage.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and that's why I'm always strong-minded persons should be very careful. What I mean about strong-minded is when a strong-minded person gets something in their head, it's right, regardless.
Can we just clear the air? Are you calling me?
I'm just saying.
I just feel like on your side eye,
right?
You calling me a strong-minded.
And I'll tell you why I bring that up.
Okay.
And this was years ago. I had to really pitch a fit in order for you to hear me, because it was totally going against something that you thought was right.
So I was, as young folks say, I was standing on business. And I wouldn't stop standing on business.
Yes. But it was affecting
our marriage by me,
the both of us,
standing on that business.
So I mean, and if you're not careful, you will just fade out and just let it go the way they want it to go, which is not good for you. So I think that is a silent killer in a lot of.
So a strong-minded person?
Yes.
Carla said, what about two strong-minded people? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
that, yeah. Woo-hoo.
Pull the gloves off.
Oh, Vicky got one. Finances. Now that was one for us. We would sweep up under the rug because we never agreed ever with finances at all. To this day, I don't agree with Stan on finances because Stan is a saver and we might die tomorrow. I ain't leaving nobody nothing. So that he still, hey Rochelle, he still does not like that I have that mentality. But what I did do, I told you, give me a set amount and I'll put that in the savings. I don't agree with it, but to make you feel better and not be so upset at me,
get this. Every time something come up, and we got it.
But I don't believe in it.
It's called communicating.
True, and it took us a while to get to where we said, okay, I said, because I saw how frustrated you was with finances. Like, not like we was broken. You was frustrated because you wanted the savings to be big, and I'm like, why? But I saw how that was affecting you, so that's where we came up with
a silent
killer. It was if that was a silent killer for us, finances was a silent killer because I didn't want to save, and Stan wants to save, and who's gonna get this money when we die? You know how many trips I could have went on? That big fat savings. But to make you feel better, I was like, I did. I finally listened to you, and I jumped off that I'm standing on business. And I said, okay, I don't agree. I did let that be known. Then I said that loud and clear. Then I don't agree with you. But to make you feel better, here's the amount that I'm gonna give. And did that make you feel better? It did, right?
Yeah, something you have to just okay. I'll take that.
It make you feel better. Connie says silent killer is not having a relationship with God. To lead your relationship, looking at outside relationships and trying to compare. Oh my gosh, that's the good one. Trying to compare your marriage. Going into a marriage thinking you're going to change what you see in your mate and it's going to get better. You knew what you had for. That'll preach right there. That is true, right there. And I believe that a lot of, and let's just keep it real, a lot of women, because I don't know too many men who have that mentality. I'm gonna change her by once we get married. 9 times out of 10, it's a woman saying, okay, once I marry him, then I'm going to do this 360 with my husband. And then when that doesn't happen, there we go, pushing stuff under the rug. But actually, those were your expectations, don't you think?
What?
Those were the wives' expectations when they go in thinking that I'm going to change him. Because if the person didn't see nothing wrong with it in the first place, they're not going to see a need to change anyway. So that's that unrealistic expectation. If you had a problem with that before, like Connie said, you should have said before you said I do, you should have said, hey, Crystal, sit down. I don't like that you don't save money. That could have been a conversation we had, huh? Yeah. But that's like an unrealistic expectation.
But that just falls in the line of not being heard in your marriage.
Not being heard. But also, let's talk, okay, you say not being heard because you put it out there and you just feel like you said I was in the past. I wasn't acknowledging what you're saying because all I kept saying, that's your truth, that's not my truth. But what about, because I know some people that don't even say anything. It's like they are very silent because they don't want comfort.
Well, here's the thing. When I say I was going off past history, you don't know what that person's history has been.
That they're silent?
Got them to that silent point. I mean.
But I just feel like that silent, if you're silent about whatever is bothering you in a marriage, that's going to eat you up.
How they feel like they what they say don't hold no weight.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
wow.
That might not be the case, but it is. People feel like.
Well, if that's the case, isn't that you feel like that you're not valuable in this marriage then?
I don't know. I can't speak for them. I mean, I can't.
Well, I'm gonna ask you. Did you always feel like you were valuable in this marriage?
I think I questioned it a couple of times.
That if you were valuable?
Yeah.
Wow. We never had that conversation.
Why
Why would you not feel valuable though?
Like I say, not being heard is something that is a silent killer.
Oh.
You actually start making decisions for yourself and not your marriage.
Wow. Because you feel like you're not valuable in the marriage. Well, I apologize. I did not know I ever made. I know, but still, I need to apologize to you. That's. I just can't imagine.
But it's a silent killer. It's very. If you have a spouse that don't say anything, everything you do is fine.
Oh.
Sit down and talk.
Yeah.
Sit down and talk.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Vicky said, I agree with Stan. So many people bite their tongue of the anticipated response as well. Wow. That's good one right there. Man, I guess we're at the point now that I just believe if you don't say it, it's like you sick. It's like I got a cold, right? I can't get over this cold because I'm not taking medicine. I'm not getting, what I need to get this out of my system. So that's why I feel like when we don't voice our concerns or our thoughts, why are you laughing?
I just thought of something.
So say it.
No. There are people that's okay with letting you have it.
They okay with you just.
There are people okay with. Let me try to explain myself.
Yeah, because that's okay with everything in marriage.
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, like I'm about to put you on. Like you, I don't know how to. There are people okay with letting it go, where you got to get a solution.
Oh, so you saying that if there's no solution, it's fine? Some people are fine with no solution.
Okay, I'm about to use myself.
Okay.
There have been times, and you have heard me say this, just let it go.
Oh, well, them kids tell me the same thing, that I just don't let things go.
Good with that.
Yeah.
But you don't think so because you're not good with it. So you will drive it till you feel like you got a solution.
I think I'm gonna have to work on that because
you know what I'm saying.
When kids tell me that, I do the same thing. So I think I need to. I'm gonna work on that.
Yeah.
Because I heard this is the second week.
Well, that's true.
Your daughter told me just don't let it go. So I guess I need to work on that as well.
Yeah. Am I wrong, y'all?
So, no, how you guys know? Wrong about me.
I mean, what I just said.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna work on that. Carla says some may not know how to communicate effectively. Again, that goes back to
you're so right.
Learning what you learning what you grew up, and that's how you learn how to communicate. Because to this day, y'all, look, Jimmy D and Corinne, there was no communication, at least with us.
Don't put your mama there.
My mama don't care. Look, we still don't know that. We still was never told our mama and daddy was getting a divorce to this day. I'm 50 years old. So that happened when I was 16. No one ever said. set us down or even mention that they was about to get a divorce. We just knew he wasn't coming home no more. So we just had to put the pieces together ourselves, but they never said anything to us about getting a divorce. So that's what we grew up like. You don't talk about it. You just it just happens, and they don't need to, like, the kids don't need to know what's going on or stuff like. Look at Carla. Yeah, Carla. We need to ask her why she still ain't told us they're getting a divorce. We have to ask her that one. But yeah, when you just said that you didn't feel like you were valuable in this marriage,
I said for
that was deep though.
No, that was years ago.
I mean, I know, but you never even told me that.
We was young, trying to
I don't think I ever had a problem with being valuable. And
I'm always valuable to myself.
I mean, I'm saying in this marriage, I don't think I ever had an issue with not being valuable.
Okay. Something else. I like to bring this up. In my marriage, I've always felt like if Crystal happy, I'm happy.
Please don't give me that happy wife, happy life, because I can't stand it.
No, I can't. I believe in happy spouse, happy house, but
okay.
That's how I came into my.
So
marriage.
you came in, but where does that put you at?
Listen.
All right.
Let me finish. But years later, I think I told you this.
Mm-hmm.
Years later, I realized that I've focused on making her happy and not myself.
And you lost yourself too.
And I lost myself now. That's a silent killer.
Because you.
But before I even said anything to Crystal, I was beating myself up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't regret making her happy. What I regret is forgetting about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And but what used to eat me up is Crystal, all about Crystal.
All day, every day.
And I used to sit and look at her and would get mad, but I felt like I can't complain because I was the one who did it.
Yeah.
And that used to eat me up. But then I started resenting her.
Yeah.
Because she felt the way she did about herself, which is the way I should have been doing myself.
And what he means is, if I have a goal, I'm going for it. I have laid out a plan of how I'm gonna get there, and I'm doing it. So if I want to go somewhere, I'm going somewhere. If I want to take on this, I'm gonna take on this. So I think that's what you mean, right? So I was just like, and I saw you during that time lose confidence in yourself because and I didn't make you push me to the forefront. You just did that on your own. Now Trish is saying some good stuff, and here we go. I feel that she said she felt like that years ago as well. So I understand, Stan. It's definitely a personality thing. But listen to what this is. I didn't feel valuable due to the military member driving the direction. For a long time, I lost myself and didn't know how to make decisions.
Amen.
That
Trish.
was Stan too. That's when I knew we had to sit down and have a conversation, because I felt like you had lost that bold confidence that you had. So like you would be like, Crystal, what you think? And I'm like, why are you asking me? It could be like some of the smallest things, and I'm like, why are you asking me what I think about that? Just
what's so bad about it? I used to hate it when I did it. I would always catch myself. Why did I just ask this?
Yeah. I mean, I saw that. And it bothered me, and that's why I always be like, Stan, what you want to do? What you want to do? Tell me what you want to do, and let's sit down and see how you go about getting there. Just say yes. How you go about getting there? Because I saw how you were just like you were losing your confidence in yourself to even be like Trish said, to even you know what, y'all military spouses. Lisa just said it must be a spouse thing. But I was so glad that we had that conversation, because that was really bothering me, that you had lost that confidence in yourself and just like, Crystal, what do you think? And I'm like,
well, I got to where I was uncomfortable with it.
And I was so glad.
Something had to be done, because I was like, this is not me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah. But it was a
but even now, because I think you just did it like last week, like, what do you think? I was like, I do not have an opinion.
No, I still ask you, I still value your
like when
opinion.
you like, if you want something, whereas me, I want something, I just like, I'm finna get this. Where you like, Crystal, should I get this? And what I do now? I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying a word. I have no opinion.
That's what I'm trying to talk myself out of it.
So that's why you do it, because you're trying to talk yourself.
Something I want, I'm not going to ask you, but if it's something that I'm trying to talk myself out of it, yeah.
Then you know.
Yeah, but.
Oh, okay. All right. What else you got, babe?
I mean,
you had anything else did we have anything else that we swept up on the wrong?
I mean, no. Well, our kids, you know, back in the day, yeah, when we was there
was a lot of sweeping that up.
When we was beginning to be, well,
blending our families together. Yeah.
But just anything that's have a strain on your marriage, and you know you need to bring it out. Sweeping around the rug is not good.
No.
Because it's gonna cause you to go off on your spouse about the most simple thing, and they're going to be totally lost, not knowing what's really wrong with you. You're keeping it within.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
like 4 days later, you know what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Now I do that for a reason.
Okay, but now you told me why you did it. So I just need you to say from here on out, give me a couple of days to process this.
But I don't do that anymore. I come to you now.
Well, sometimes we still have some moments where you hold it, and then on the fourth day, you want to talk about it.
You have your ways of
me
holding stuff. Yes.
Oh, I don't hold nothing. The one thing I have learned, I'm not holding nothing. I'm going to.
I think you hold when you don't want to start an argument.
But we don't. What do you mean don't want to start arguing? We have discussions. We don't have like long arguments, or I mean, I don't hold. Do you honestly? You think I hold stuff?
I can tell when you hold it.
No, I think you can tell when you don't got on my nerves. So that's a difference. When you have gotten on my nerves, that's me. That's me having. I'm in a zone where the little bit of anything is getting on my nerve. That don't have nothing to do with you. That's me who needs to do a check on me. And I'm saying, to sister girl, like Phil call her, hey, chill out, like calm down, like go in the room, pray, do something, because you getting a little bit too much. So it's not that I'm not saying what's going on. You might have just did something to just work my nerves, but that's not on you. Because if it was something, it's usually something like this dude did not put them clothes in the dryer like I asked him to. The 4th time. So that's me saying, okay, girl, if you knew he wasn't gonna put them clothes in there, just chill out, calm down. You getting a little bit out of hand.
I don't ask you about that.
Huh?
I don't ask you about that.
You don't ask me about the getting on my nerves?
Yeah.
Because that's the only time when you said you feel like I don't say what's wrong with me.
Okay.
It's because those are just the you getting on my nerve moments.
Okay.
But if I have something that's bothering me, I have to get it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else got anything? This is great conversation.
Y'all see how the finger is being pointed at me? It's 9 o'clock.
Who pointed a finger? We don't point fingers because there's 3 pointing back at you.
Yes, it is.
So we don't point fingers. So anybody got anything else? Silent stuff? Here's my thing with all of this. We have to stop pushing things up under the rug. We have to address those things. Thank you, Shay. We have to address those things that are bothering us. And I'm not talking about those little petty things that, like when Stan get on my nerve. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the things.
Get on my nerves.
I know I get on your nerve. I'm just talking about the things that can be if we let them continue to build up and don't talk about them.
Sweeping them under the rug.
There's going to be resentment will set in.
Yes.
Frustration will set in. Anger will set in. And the other, and it's really unfair to the other person because they don't even know that you have these grievances. So
there should be nothing that you cannot go to your spouse
and that's what I'm saying.
Talk about.
This is a safe place.
Yes.
100% safe place.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took us a minute to get there.
Even if you know they're gonna get mad.
Yeah.
You still should be able to go talk to your spouse.
Pat said, yes, Stan, fingers pointed at you. This is bad.
No, I know, Pat. I know.
But yeah, this is a safe place. If I can't be 100% with you, who am I going to be 100% with?
That's right.
While on this earth, of course, we'll be 100% with God, but on this earth, the one person, the only person to me that I think in a marriage you should be 100% with is your spouse.
But you should pray about all of it
before presenting it.
Yes.
To the person. That's key. That's what we had to learn how to do because you set the atmosphere.
You set the atmosphere.
You set the atmosphere.
Yes.
Definitely. Okay.
I got to have God in it.
Yeah.
If he ain't in it, then they ain't going to take over, and that's not always good.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna be punching when Stan take over. We're gonna be punching holes in the walls. Y'all, look, we used to punch holes in the walls.
Yes. Krista kicked the hole in the wall.
Yeah, I kicked the hole in the wall. Yeah. All right, so that is it for tonight. Next month, we already got our conversation. Boundaries. And when I talk about boundaries, somebody asked earlier, what is a boundary? Boundaries is everything to opposite sex relationship, in-laws, kids.
Situation you should put yourself in. You shouldn't allow yourself to get in certain situations.
Yeah.
As a married
individual. So
individual.
And we need to talk about boundaries because one spouse may think that don't need to be a boundary. When in actuality, it do need to be a boundary if it's bothering the other spouse. So we definitely need to hit boundaries next month. So that is it for tonight. Unless y'all got anything else, you can put it in the chat right quick.
Pray for me, y'all. All them fingers that was pointed at me tonight.
Okay. I pointed fingers. Okay.
Playing the victim.
All right. Okay. Anybody got anything else? Sorry about the technology glitch. I will no longer allow my tech person to take a day off. She will always be on here from here on out. I hope you heard that too. She'll be on here from here on out, so we don't have that glitch again. But thank y'all for joining us again.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Just remember, talk about those things that are bothering you. Don't keep them built up inside. Carla said thank you too. We love y'all.
Love y'all.
All right. Good night.
All right, Patrick.